let's get right into it. What's your mental process when preparing to play a new character?
So the first thing I do is I'll ask the director the background of the character, like where he was born, how he was raised, where he's from, what kind of person he is, those type of things, just to get a subconscious idea of where I should go with the character. And after that, I'm really big into the Meisner technique, so I want to go into the film, into the shooting, and be completely present and almost forget the script and just go in there and just act off impulse subconsciously. And
Right.
so that's usually what I do.
In our film, The Black Bag Situation, when you did the fight scene, I mean, we had this conversation, but just for the sake of being on camera, right?
Yeah.
Now, we got a lot of dope comments about how authentic it was, right? Explain the adrenaline you felt when shooting an action scene, a fight scene, and knowing that one wrong move and somebody might be out for a little bit.
Yeah, no, and Nicole and I remember during the scene, one of the punches like skimmed his nose.
Yeah.
And that was one of the ones you used, I think.
Oh yeah, when it went past his nose, and then
Yeah.
also, I was just as much into it as you guys. So you ended up punching not the camera,
Yeah, I
but
still got the cut on my finger.
Oh shit! Yeah, this
No,
guy
I punched the camera twice. Yeah.
No, it was the shoulder mount.
Yeah.
Thank God I had the shoulder mount, so you ended
Right.
up punching the metal piece in the front.
Yeah.
But I was just like blown away because I'm like, man, it's just as dangerous for me the way I get involved with it.
Right. No, and we were talking like it felt like a real fight the whole time. Me and Nicole like really, especially when we get to grabbing each other, it felt like a real authentic fight. But it
Right.
also just reminded me of football. And
Yeah.
Nicole played football too, so we were just talking about that also. It just felt like the middle of a football game because you would be tired.
Explain the adrenaline just for those 15 seconds between action and cut when it's happening. Just explain that adrenaline.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's you're really, like I said, you really think you're fighting somebody.
Yeah.
And the punches, you're not really punching each other, so it's not the same. But when you grab each other, it's like you really are pushing them against the fridge, and
Yeah.
vice versa.
Yeah.
And really like holding each other, because after we were both talking about how we were sore, and especially like the kick when I fell at first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was really like smacking my head on the ground. We did that take
You
a bunch
hit
of
your
times.
head on the ground.
Yeah, and then the roll where he throws me,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
do the somersault. And when we were practicing, the somersault was on grass,
Yeah.
and this somersault was on
a
like
hard-
the hard floor
yeah.
like this, And so we did that take like 5-6 times.
Yeah.
So it's a real. I mean, it's my first fight scene, so it really introduced me to doing your own stunts and how big of a deal that is.
It woke you up to something.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Woke me up to what I want to do the rest of my life.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that fight scene. I
Yeah.
mean, earlier I asked Harth what's the biggest fulfillment that he gets from acting, but me, the biggest fulfillment I get is just watching, or just the editing process of having something that intense come out exactly how you envision it. It's crazy. Like,
It really
I can't
did come
even-
out exactly how I wanted to also.
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
blown away. I was like, oh my God, like this is like super legit. So
No, but thank you guys.
thank you to you, man.
No,
It's
thank
really
you
because
guys,
of you,
I'm just playing my position, man.
Hey, ditto,
So name an actor whose career path you idolized.
There's a few, and if I were to say one,
Well, just name one of them.
yeah, I'd say
Okay.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Just because, like you said, that action film is the exact lane I'm trying to get to, and just his presence and what he does outside of acting, and the kind of person
Yeah,
he
he's
is.
a super likable guy.
Yeah,
Everybody
super
loves him.
nice, kind dude, but he also has that. He's an actor, because in real life he's so nice and so kind, but on screen
He'll get busy
He'll get busy.
really quick.
And he'll do something like The Matrix, but he'll also do John Wick.
I'll tell
so
you-
it's like two different kinds of action films. So
I'll tell you exactly what I love about Keanu Reeves, right? Is the fact that he has the perfect comeback story. Now, I looked this up. I'm just speaking off of the research that I came across. So apparently, he was kind of like blackballed a little bit because he did some action movies back in the day. He was doing his thing, and then it came to this one point where he did some really successful movie. I can't remember which one, and they wanted to do a part 2, but he's just so like mentally and physically drained that he said, no, the next movie I do, it needs to be a little bit more chilled, and then maybe later on we could go back and do this and do that. So what ended up happening was, I think it was on 20th Century Fox at the time. They just kept begging him, and because he said no, it was just like Vinny Chase in Entourage when he didn't want to do Aquaman 2.
Yeah.
He ended up doing some other movie that ended up, it was okay, but it wasn't, you know, a big blockbuster.
Yeah.
And just to spite him, they just stopped calling him. And I don't know what they did. Apparently, I don't know. Like I said, there's just what I saw.
Yeah.
But apparently, he had to come back, and I think Matrix. I don't know. I think this was before Matrix or whatever. But after he did Matrix, he was hot for a while, and then he cooled down again. And he made this new comeback with the John Wick films, right? And I think that's amazing because
I love that type of shit, bro.
Yeah, just knowing that you have your own control of your own narrative, right?
And just that comeback story, you know, shutting people up. Because there's always, I heard this great thing from this one guy I listen to on YouTube a lot, Jay Shetty.
Yeah.
And he was explaining how you can't expect your life to be like a monk and just be a straight line. Because if you look at a line when you're at the hospital, a heartbeat is up and down. And I think that represents life so well.
Very interesting.
And so I love people that can, when they're down, they can shoot right back up. Just
especially
like a
independently.
And continuously do that. Because no one is going to have that straight line. And I think that's something we all have to like accept in life instead of like trying to fight it. And that's something I've caught myself doing in life. Like, damn, like I'm good. Like, let me just like chill and just, whew. But it's never going to be like that, you know? So.
Yeah. And the first John Wick, I believe, that was more so like on the independent side, even though it was theatrical, but you know, had the
you said that's your favorite one, right? The first one?
Oh, I didn't see all, I just saw the first one.
Oh, okay, got it.
I'm more so Jason Bourne taken type of action. A lot of people love the John Wick action. To me, it's just the camera's on the tripod the whole time, and some people love that. They're like, oh, there's hardly any cuts, you don't really see. I like the gritty stuff that makes me feel like, you know, you're like the camera's gonna get punched.
Yeah. Like you're right there.
Right.
Yeah.
But John Wick is fire though, so don't come for me in the comments.